I'm Larry Chen. I'm a car culture and automotive photographer. I do a lot of work with Toyota behind the camera, in front of the camera sometimes, and also I love building their vehicles. Of course, we start the build the hottest day of the year in Southern California. This year, I'm really excited to build a GR86 for the Toyota booth. The first ever SEMA car that I built was in 2018, and it was a Toyota Corolla hatchback. And I built a camera car and I put a huge crane on it. It was a hit and it was fun for me, but it wasn't so performance oriented. And that's why this year I wanted to build a simple drift car. Because this Toyota GR86 is going to spend the rest of its life creating tire smoke, burning rubber, I figured, you know what? I'll start the build off right before the Studio RSR guys take it apart. Tommy! We're here! To me, the GR86 is honestly the perfect performance car. It's something that's reliable. I think it looks great, it sounds good, and it is just so driver focused. You don't actually have to break the speed limit to have fun in this car on the street. A lot of times when people actually pick up the sport of drifting, they have to have two vehicles. They have to have their daily driver and they have to have just a purpose-built drift car that's fully caged and has no air conditioning, no radio, all that. But the point for me is to build something that anyone can build. That's why we're here at Studio RSR. They build a half cage that allows for pretty much most of the interior to stay intact. The reason why I went with this versus a full cage is because this is a casual drift car and it can be a little tough to be relatable to those 1,000 horsepower, Frederick Osbo,
for sure.
Ryan Turk, Jonathan Castro. They have so much horsepower, they're as far from a street car as possible. Yeah. But this being still like a street legal car, you eventually could potentially revert this back to stock as well. And with this, you have that additional safety if you do happen to roll over when you're at the racetrack.
So in addition to the roll bar, we're going to be doing Sparco Evo seats.
The stock seats are great for daily driving and casual track use. Because we're going to turn it into a full-on drift car with full angle, I need to be able to feel what the car is doing, And
then on top of that, we'll be doing the Sparco harnesses, which mount to the cage. So it'll be a nice, full and inclusive package for Larry to be safe out there when he's drifting. We're going to give Larry a little bit of surprise. These are our harness reels that we recently started making as well. When you do harnesses in a car with a cage, you have all this extra loop of harness. And people normally zip tie it up or tuck it away somewhere. But these make it like a nice little touch, kind of like the little cherry on top of it. And it just cleans it up.
The point of this also is we have so many friends that tell us that they want to get into the sport of drifting, but they don't have a vehicle. So I'm building this as kind of like a shop vehicle. Anybody that wants to learn, I'll teach them. And also on top of that, if they want to take it out, we all go out together in our drift cars.
My favorite part is when we install the cages, make sure the cage is down, shake the whole car around.
After we're done here at Studio RSR, we're actually going to take it to my shop and we're going to do angle kit, we're going to do coilovers, we're going to do wheels, tires, we're going to do intake, exhaust. The GR86 is the perfect platform to build a streetable drift car that you can drive to the track and drive home with.